Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur. You.
What Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the videos.
You ain't see my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just seen the video.
Exactly. What would happen?
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done. So it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford sparked controversy after confronting Devin Haney and voicing strong opinions about Shakur Stevenson. Crawford warned that Stevenson's elite defensive skills make him exceptionally dangerous, emphasizing that anyone who underestimates him could face serious consequences in future matchups.
Your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because you're man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Terence Crawford stated that many fighters, including Devin Haney, are reluctant to step into the ring with Shakur Stevenson, describing him as one of the most intimidating and challenging opponents in boxing today.
You're here for your little brother this week, in Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about. Some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they will see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show you.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. You know? But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous.
Terence Crawford acknowledges Shakur Stevenson's exceptional talent, praising his strategic mindset, technical precision, and high boxing IQ. He views Stevenson as a fighter who blends smart tactics with flawless execution, making him a formidable and deeply respected presence inside the ring.
And when I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's just chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loved, because now we got to be creative. We got to be, you know, we got to go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not going to work. So now I got to get more creative to get a little advantage over him, because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what he...
Devin Haney confidently declared that he will absolutely fight Shakur Stevenson, stressing that the matchup is far too significant to ignore. He pointed to the enormous financial stakes involved and emphasized that fans are loudly calling for the highly anticipated showdown.
A name without saying Shakur, Teofimo, Tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
I mean, all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. Well, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said, it's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know. I think that
During a recent podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford briefly discussed Devin Haney, touching on respect, competition, and long-term career perspective. Stevenson made it clear that he's willing to face whoever stands in front of him, including elite, top-tier opponents like Haney.
Right, whoever they put in front of me.
What about Devin Haney?
However, negotiations between elite fighters are notoriously complex, involving purse splits, broadcasting rights, promotional politics, and, as history has shown, management's balance between risk and reward. Shakur Stevenson has been open about only pursuing fights that align with his financial and long-term career goals, which could explain the delays in making a bout with Devin Haney official. Some observers believe talks have stalled not out of fear, but because both camps are pushing for the most favorable terms possible. And in high-stakes matchups like this, that's often exactly how it unfolds.
I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's gonna outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you...
Terence Crawford's relationship with Shakur Stevenson goes far beyond casual commentary. Over the years, he has consistently praised Stevenson's technical skill and sharp boxing IQ, even stating that he is special for the way he adjusts to different styles in the middle of a fight. When critics question Stevenson's more defensive, cerebral approach, Crawford has defended him, insisting that boxing is about hitting without getting hit, a philosophy famously associated with legends like Muhammad Ali.
Shakur, ain't nobody beat Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is, Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. That's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind, you know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has publicly praised Shakur Stevenson on multiple occasions, especially highlighting his technique and ring intelligence. While Mayweather has never outright declared Stevenson the best in his division, he has consistently emphasized his superior skill set. When comparing fighters in the same weight class, Mayweather described Gervonta Davis as the biggest puncher, but identified Stevenson as the more polished and technically refined boxer. In other words, Davis brings explosive power, whereas Stevenson represents precision, defense, and high-level fundamentals, qualities Mayweather built his own career around. His respect for Stevenson goes back years. When Stevenson was still a young prospect, Mayweather reportedly told him he saw something special and even suggested that if anyone had the ability to challenge or surpass some of his records, it could be Stevenson.
You got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, you know, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, I mean, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And
Devin Haney is determined to prove that he belongs among boxing's true elite, understanding that a lasting legacy is built by facing the toughest opponents available. Rather than protecting his record, Haney has openly expressed interest in challenging top-tier fighters, especially Shakur Stevenson, a matchup many fans believe could define this era. The fight is about far more than titles. It represents respect, pride, and the chance to establish who is the most complete boxer of this generation. Haney believes that defeating a highly skilled, undefeated fighter like Stevenson would silence critics who question his greatness. With massive financial stakes and global attention, the bout stands as one of the most anticipated contests in modern boxing, and even other fighters continue to call for major matchups with Haney, underscoring his central role in the division.
Fights are not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next, or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then, you know, I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see, though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's
Talk surrounding a potential showdown between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson continues to grow, yet a significant obstacle still stands in the way of the fight becoming a reality. Even so, both fighters remain in peak condition, consistently demonstrating the discipline, preparation, and technical skill that make them exceptionally tough to beat. Their recent performances and undefeated records highlight their consistency and professionalism at the highest level of the sport. Haney has openly addressed Stevenson, making it clear he is ready to step into the ring with him. His remarks reflect both confidence and a desire to take on meaningful challenges that could define his legacy, while also acknowledging Stevenson as a serious and dangerous opponent.
Going to concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial four kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto.
Shakur Stevenson has also responded to Haney's remarks, signaling that he is fully aware of the conversation and open to the possibility of a future showdown. His response indicates that he is not avoiding the matchup, but rather waiting for the right moment when it makes sense both competitively and financially. The back and forth between the two fighters reflects mutual respect, while also highlighting the tactical considerations that often shape major bouts. Their exchanges underscore that elite boxing is not just about skill inside the ring, but also about timing, negotiations, and long-term career strategy. Both fighters remain attentive and prepared, carefully evaluating risks and rewards before making any commitments.
Plenty of times, I asked him, do you feel like you're Wilfred Benitez? Because we had that Four King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson delivered a commanding performance in his recent bout against Teofimo Lopez, with trainer Boozy Andes highlighting just how impressive it was. What stood out most was that Stevenson seemed to fight with long stretches using almost only one fully active hand, yet he maintained complete control of the bout. His jab was sharp, precise, and constantly applied pressure, allowing him to dictate both distance and tempo from start to finish. Every movement had purpose, his footwork, timing, and defensive awareness showcased exceptional discipline and ring IQ, effectively neutralizing Lopez's athleticism and aggression. Critics who once questioned Stevenson's resume and experience against elite competition were forced to reconsider, as this fight decisively shifted the narrative.
I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because Teo's athletic, Teo's experienced, he's fought on a high level. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. Oh, he ain't fought nobody and this and that.
Yeah.
He made Teo look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Made him look like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did Teo go wrong in that fight?
Where he went wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time when...
Despite contending with a minor injury to his left hand, Shakur Stevenson maintained firm control of the fight from start to finish. He relied heavily on his jab, delivering it consistently while using the left hand sparingly due to discomfort. Trainer Boozy Andes noted that Stevenson could likely have pushed for a stoppage if he had wanted, but he chose to fight intelligently, prioritizing control and precision over unnecessary risk. The performance highlighted more than just technical skill, it showcased ring IQ, patience, and composure under pressure. Stevenson adapted his strategy, protected the injury, and still outclassed his opponent through impeccable timing, footwork, and defensive awareness. Fans in Philadelphia and around the world witnessed a technical masterclass that reinforced his status among boxing's elite.
Yeah. Shakur knows he could have got stopped too, but Shakur hurt his left hand. His left hand was hurt. If you notice, he was using that jab a lot.
Yeah, jab and then the hook.
And he threw the left hand every now and then. Because I was screaming out. Everybody said they heard me in Philly.
Yo, we could hear you on the TV.
Yeah. That's my young buck. You know what I mean? And I was telling him, throw that straight left hand. Then I noticed when he did throw it, he wasn't throwing it real hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he looked spectacular, man. You know what I mean? You can't ask for nothing more, man. And with me, I don't care about what people say, man. They always want to talk about you and say, oh, he should have did this, should have did that. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and he did it.
The potential matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney has become one of the most talked about fights in boxing. Fans are eager to see it, as both fighters are highly skilled, lightning fast, and extremely disciplined in the ring. Stevenson is renowned for his defensive mastery and pinpoint accuracy, while Haney excels through timing, footwork, and smart combinations. Their contrasting styles make the outcome difficult to predict, adding to the anticipation. Supporters and analysts constantly compare their past performances and debate who would control the pace, knowing that every exchange could shift momentum and that even minor mistakes might decide the fight. The bout carries massive stakes, including pride, rankings, and the long-term legacy of both fighters.
It's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma would probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, you know, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his